Teachers, what's the funniest thing a student has tried to do? I was teaching my usual history class when I noticed Ray in the back row acting super suspicious. This kid was normally pretty chill, just existed in the corner doing the bare minimum to pass. But today he kept looking down at his lap every few seconds, like he was hiding state secrets. I figured he was on his phone. Classic teenage stealth mode, thinking I'm blind just because I'm over 30. So I start walking over, slow and dramatic, like a detective approaching a crime scene. The class goes silent. Ray doesn't even notice me until I'm literally standing next to his desk. I look down, ready to confiscate his phone and deliver my well-rehearsed speech about screen addiction. But instead, he's knitting, not texting, not scrolling TikTok. K-knitting. This kid had yarn, needles, the whole setup spread across his lap like he was running a craft business out of my classroom. He was making what looked like a scarf, and honestly, it wasn't even bad. I just stood there blinking, trying to process what I was seeing. The entire class turned around to look. Someone whispered, "Is that grandma activities?" I finally said, "Ray, what are you doing?" He looked up at me, completely unbothered, and said, multitasking, like he just solved education. I said, "You're knitting, in my class." During a lecture about World War II, he nodded like I was finally catching on. "Yeah, my grandma's teaching me how to knit, and I have a deadline for knitting." He continued, dead serious. "It's her birthday tonight, and I promised her I'd finish this scarf." I didn't have a choice. The class absolutely lost it. Kids were laughing so hard, one girl had to put her head down on her desk. Someone yelled, "Ray's a craft king." I tried to stay professional, but I was internally screaming. I said, "Ray, you need to put that away. This is a history class, not a knitting circle." He looked at me with the saddest eyes I've ever seen and said, "Please, just let me finish one more row. I'm so close." I don't know what came over me. Maybe it was the sincerity. Maybe it was the fact that his grandma's birthday was at stake. Maybe I was just tired, but I said, "Fine, one row. That's it." Ray's face lit up like I just told him he passed the final. He went back to knitting at lightning speed, needles clicking like a typewriter. The whole class watched in silence, mesmerized. Someone started a slow clap. I had to shut that down immediately. I gave him detention because he was a distraction, and I had to maintain some level of authority. But honestly, I was impressed.